The problem with psychopaths, psychologists say, is that they're everywhere. Some say 1 in every 100 of us is a psychopath. They aren't all in jail or in mental health facilities. You probably passed one on the street today. And it's not like you can tell who they are. Their verbal and non-verbal clues are invisible to unsuspecting civilians. Many are very high-functioning people who excel in politics and business. My strange story began when I was contacted by a man called Tony. He was in Broadmoor Hospital, formerly known as Broadmoor Asylum for the criminally insane. He said he faked madness to avoid a prison sentence and now he's stuck. So I visited Tony. The patients were all wearing sweatpants, overweight, medicated. And then Tony turned up, and he was wearing a pinstripe suit. It was the outfit of a man who wanted to convince the world that he was very sane. He said it's really hard to persuade people you're not crazy. How do you sit in a sane way? How do you cross your legs in a sane way? How do you smile in a sane way? I believed him. He seemed very nice and normal. And then, later, I heard from Broadmoor. Yes, they said, they now accept that Tony faked his original symptoms of mental illness. But what he is instead, they explained, is a psychopath. The clues are there. The pinstripe suit, that's item 1 on the psychopath checklist. Glibness, superficial charm. Then there's the deceitful way he faked madness to get out of a prison sentence. That's item 5, conning, manipulative. Faking your brain going wrong can qualify as evidence that your brain has gone wrong. Then some psychologists said something extraordinary. They said Tony's type of madness was the madness that makes the world go around. There's a preponderance of psychopaths, people with a complete lack of human empathy, at the heart of the political and business elites. And so I set about learning how to become kind of a qualified psychopath spotter. I learned the 20-point psychopath checklist from its inventor, Robert Hare. And armed with my new skills, I journeyed into the corridors of power. I found myself at the home of a legendary Fortune 500 CEO among his many sculptures of predators hunting prey. He was sitting below a massive oil painting of himself over the mantelpiece. This suggested item 2 on the psychopath checklist, grandiose sense of self-worth. I visited a former Haitian death squad leader jailed in upstate New York for the unlikely crime of mortgage fraud. And something started to happen to me during all of this. My psychopath spotting powers did something to my head. I started spotting psychopaths everywhere. Were some of my friends psychopaths? My colleagues? I got drunk with power. I became such a determined, resolute psychopath hunter, I turned a bit psychopathic myself. And I began to realise just how so many people, journalists as well as psychologists and criminal profilers and reality TV producers and drug companies, are eager to see the madness in people. Mental health labelling is creeping closer to the boundary of normal. Difficult toddlers are now bipolar children. What I discovered is a fascinating tale about the corrosive dangers of reducing people to their maddest edges.